Alright, this is another example of implicit differentiation. This time we're going to find the second derivative. Alright, so we have our function here, and the first thing we want to do is take our first derivative implicitly. So we're taking with respect to x, so the first thing is just 2x plus, and then we take our derivative of y squared, 2y, but we have to use the chain rule, dy dx, and then equals 9, the derivative of that is 0. And here we might be tempted to go through and just take the derivative again, but we have to solve. So we get 2y dy dx is equal to negative 2x. We have the 2's on both sides. So dy dx is equal to negative x over y. And now that we've solved for dy dx, we can go ahead and take the derivative again to get to the second derivative. So I'm going to go up here so I have a little bit more room. D2y dx2 is equal to the derivative of this function. So I'm going to write dy dx of negative x, and I'm going to write y to the negative 1 so I can use the product rule. And then I take the derivative of this, and we use the product rule, so we have negative, the derivative of the first one is 1 times the second function, y. And then another term is we write down the first function and take the derivative of the second function. Negative x, the derivative of that function is negative 1 y to the negative 2 and dy dx, and this is d2y dx squared. And then I'm going to substitute dy dx that we solved for into there. So d2y dx squared is equal to negative 1 over y. These two signs are going to cancel out, so we have but then we're going to have a third negative. So we have, I don't know, I'll erase real quick and put a minus sign in there. Looks nice. Alright, minus. So we have the two negatives here make a positive, but then we introduce a third negative right there. Negative x over y for the dy dx. We still have this x, so we have x squared. And we have two y's on the bottom, so this is y cubed. Alright, and now we need to find a common denominator, and then we'll basically have our answer. So d2y dx squared is equal to, we'll take a negative sign out front, negative, then we're going to need two more y's, y squared plus x squared, because we factored out that negative. And over here the x squared is already over that, so over y cubed. But this x squared plus y squared is equal to 9, so we can simplify one more thing. d2y dx squared is equal to negative 9 over y cubed. And we have the second derivative of our circle. Thank you, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next.